Hello, I'm Bernard Keevy. I'd like to talk about how the human mind works here and how our sales approach and our sales model should fit that. So basically, the human mind is made up of three bits, or the human brain is made up of three main bits. There's the oldest bit, which is the reptilian brain, which is all about fear, fight and flight, fear and trust. So what happens there is the first decision we ever make, instantaneously is there a threat in this situation? And if there is, then the fear and the fight and flight response kicks in. The next bit of the brain to develop was the mammalian brain, which is where all our emotions are. So emotions, desires, wants, they come in here. And then the most modern bit, the most human bit, if you like, is the neocortex, which is the bits at the top and the front of the brain, which is where we make all of our decisions and we ratify and rationalise all our decisions there. So basically in our sales model there's four bits. We need to establish rapport and trust, and that's basically overcoming the fear in this part of the brain. So the fear element of, I don't want to be sold something. There's Big Al, Tom Schreiter, who you may have heard of, he calls it the salesman alert, or the salesperson alert. So the first thing we have to make sure is that the prospect, if you like, doesn't see us as salespeople straight away, because as soon as they see that you're trying to sell them something, the fear kicks in, fight and flight, you've lost it. So you need to be able to establish rapport by what are called icebreakers, where you get this rapport going before the salesperson alert fear kicks in. So that's the most important bit there. That's worth 40% of the sales process. The next thing we need to do then is tap into the emotion and desire bit here in the mammalian brain, which is basically why we need to ask questions and we need to probe, and we need to ask, when they answer the questions, we need to, first of all, we need to listen, but then we need to say things like, how do you mean, and tell me more. We need to dig and really get to what are the emotions, the underlying desires and wants. What is it that they really want? What is a problem or an issue they've got that they can't solve? And we need to find that out. Because once we find that out, we can then move on. That's 30% of the process, by the way. So this is 40%, this is 30%. We can then move on to presenting our benefits, but we present our benefits tailored to their fears, wants, desires, emotions here that we've unearthed through our questioning. So this needs to be specific to here. And once we've presented our benefits, which is 20% of the process, then 10% of the process is the close. And the close should be more or less automatic if we've done these bits properly. And we've done these bits properly by working up from the basic fear element at the base of the brain, if you like, all the way up through the emotions and the wants and the desires. Now, when we close, we have to be able to let the buyer justify their buying decision, which is why you don't just need benefits, you also need features, because the features are what they use there to justify their purchase. And often one of the fears here that's we need to overcome is a fear of being seen to have made a mistake and a fear of criticism. So when we close, we have to give them enough ammunition and information, if you like, that they can justify. So they made the buying decision through emotions, but they need to be able to justify it rationally in the sort of neocortex bit of the brain. So you can see that this 40%, 30%, 20%, 10% model works because it follows through how the brain works, because the brain makes these decisions quicker than emotional decisions, and then it makes the emotional decisions quicker than it makes rational decisions. I think this is 5 times quicker than that, and this is instantaneous. Instantaneously, as soon as someone feels fear, they're off, you've lost them. So that's the 40, 30, 20, 10 sales model that matches how the human mind has evolved and the human brain has evolved. If you think that's interesting, have a look at a short video at www.coachforprofit.com/Bernard. And if you think there's anything in there that's worth discussing further, book a time and we could have a short conversation. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found that interesting and useful, and that you can apply it, in your sales approach or for your clients if you advise clients, or if you're an accountant or a CPA and you're looking to advise clients. So Bernard Keevy, thank you very much. That's how you tailor your sales model to the psychological model of how the human brain works. Thanks very much. I'm looking to recruit a business coach in order to help me handle existing global demand for business coaching services. And in particular, I'm looking for someone to run our Northeast US division. If you're interested in finding out more about this opportunity, which involves absolutely no financial risk or upfront investment, then go to coachforprofit.com/Bernard, watch a short 8-minute video, and if you think there's anything of interest there, then book a time and let's talk. And thank you very much for showing interest in this opportunity.